Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me once again on my journey through Dungeon of the Endless. Let's go ahead and continue our game. I believe we left off and we just reached floor 5. We have a new hero that we haven't... Does that say 5 or 6? Pretty sure that's a 5. Okay. So we have a new hero that we're going to try to get through the next 2 floors with so we can permanently unlock her. Her name is Golgi Furtiver, and she believes she's a spider. So we're here on floor 5. This looks good again because we have 2 access points to the crystal, so we're gonna move everybody up because moving on up is always a good thing. And looks like we've got our first room here. Let's drop an industry generator first, and we will leave Max behind to tend to that. And it looks like we have a second room up here as well where we can drop a food replicator. So we're gonna leave Max over there for now. This is gonna be interesting because at this point we only have to worry about people headed towards the crystal in one direction, so it actually looks like this room here may end up being more of a permanent choke point for us. So let's put down decisions. You know, let's put down another food replicator, and we'll leave Golgi here to work this. We'll drop a prisoner prod, dust field generator, and a viral, no, we'll save the viral injector for another one, but let's drop down a last prisoner prod. Then we'll continue scouting with Sarah and Gork. Actually, Gork will go ahead and just drop you here as well. Let's go ahead and level up Gork once more. So now he's going to start getting some food every time he attacks monsters, which is good for us. We'll just try to keep all these things lit for now, because there's kind of no harm in that. We found ourselves an item. A pea shooter. Alright, I'm not sure if this is going to be an upgrade. Let's check it out, because he's got the sonic gun. Looks like this is not an upgrade of any kind. Although we do have this battlefield injector. I don't know why this is just sitting in our inventory when we could have given that to Golgi. Excuse me while I take a sip of tea. I'm enjoying some tea and scotch this evening. One of my favorite combinations. Tea and scotch. I'm gonna drop a viral injector here. Just trying to maintain some semblance of responsibility when it comes to... Wow, Sarah, you are pumping out the DPS, I gotta say. I don't know what that giant crystal-looking thing is. Oh, I see. Is he attacking our modules? He does attack modules. Very interesting. Let's drop down a science creator, because even though we're doing good on science right now, I'm sure we're gonna need some more in the future. And that should make this whole area pretty good. So I'm not sure if we really needed that viral injector. Maybe we'll later. Maybe we'll have to power down the science machine. Let's go check out over here. I feel what's interesting about this. Sweet research machine. Oh, we can get viral injector too. Let's go ahead and do that. I feel what's interesting about Dungeon of the Endless is that there's so much happening constantly that it's hard not to just constantly just repeat what's happening on screen. I'm trying to decide if that's actually... Oh, I see what's happening. They're going for the modules, which is not cool. No, don't break our science machine. I'm researching really important stuff with that. Knock it off. Can we not repair this? I guess not. Alright, well let's we'll drop a prisoner prod, and we'll put down a viral injector when we need to. But yeah, it's really easy in this to just constantly be talking about whatever is currently happening on screen, because there's always so much happening. And like any good strategy or roguelike game, there's constantly decisions that need to be made. I think that's really what makes roguelikes an interesting genre. Yeah, sure, like the randomness and the unlocks and all of that is all something, but a big part of it too is making choices. Alright, and we have some item choices here right now, so let's see how we can improve our stuff. So it looks like we have a thing. Increases reflex and coordination, the cost of smelling like rancid pork. This actually seems like a good Golgi type of item right here. We could also pick up this power suit, which lowers speed but increases defense quite a bit. It looks like we have a couple other weapon options here. So I'm thinking it would be a good idea to outfit Golgi with both of these items. Looks like the guns are not viable options. Oh, the power suit was what I really wanted to put on you, but I was not paying attention. This is a pretty big upgrade for Max, though. It's going to lower his HP, but his defense is going to go up. Now, I'm not sure if HP is more important than defense, so that's kind of a tough call. Maybe we should just kind of leave everything as is for now. We don't want Sarah to have to take a speed hit, so we're just going to go ahead and... Why did everything power down? That's really kind of awkward. Let's go ahead and we'll backtrack and try to sort out some strategies as we move forward. Let's make sure that we keep trying to research as many things as we possibly can on this floor. We've just brought our science back down to 0, which is fine, but we're going to want to be able to bring that back up in the hopes of trying to research some more stuff before we exit the floor. We're doing really good on food at the moment, though, which is nice. So that means we should be able to level up everybody. Let's pull Gork up to level 4. Feel a little bit more comfortable about having him there. This is the first time I've run into these monsters that just straight up attack the major modules. I wish we had a little bit more dust so that I could create a little bit more of a buffer between the bad guys and our science machine. Upgrade unlocked. Alright. Yeah, this looks like it's actually going to get pretty heavy here. But it's alright, because we finished our research, so if it does go down, I think that's okay. Yeah, like almost none of these monsters are actually attacking our heroes at all. So we're okay on their health. Man, Golgi is just brutal. Alright, so far so good. Let's see what we can research here. I don't really like any of those. It looks like there's nothing useful there as well, so... Where are our options? There we go, we can go right back to this point and then head down, which we will do. And we got an item here. Is it useful? Saber added to the inventory, so not as good as the augmented blade that we are already rocking. I feel like we're gonna need to drop down some more modules in this room. Let's drop down a viral injector. And we might have to do this to really slow down all the enemies here so that we have some increased time to take them out. I'm really liking that ability from Golgi. That's a pretty nice addition. Really good tactical use there, especially on choke points, I feel, because you don't want those monsters that are just gunning straight for your crystal to, you know, get sent straight to your crystal. You want to be able to stop them. So, yeah. Uh-oh. Monsters everywhere. Oh no, stop attacking my module, man. That's not cool. I don't think we're going to be able to do any increased damage. So it looks like we're going to lose our food replicator, which is not very good. But at least nobody's headed to, gotten to the crystal yet. We're going to have to slow down this group again. But it looks like there's almost... Oh, there's a 2-door cooldown on this. I was going to say the cooldown seems really short on that ability. But we're still doing okay. I feel like Max is all alone up here, like all sad and disconnected from the rest of the crew. But, you know, what are you gonna do? This isn't too bad because this gives us an opportunity to drop a science generator instead, so we can actually boost our science numbers back up. We'll actually see if there's anything good to research down here, because if there is, we'll want to do that. Let's reset these, and it would be really nice to get Viral Injector 3. Let's go ahead and see how many more doors there are in this floor. So I have a feeling that we're starting to run a little low. Get him, Sarah. Get him. Alright. Yeah, don't let that science machine go down, because I really want Viral Injector 3. That would be a really nice upgrade to take with us down to the more intense floors. So we're gonna research that in the hopes that there is another door behind one of these two. So there's one. Let's see if we can't make sure that this stays alive. Oh, it looks like Gork is going to be dealing with quite a bit of bad guys. Let's go ahead and move him back here with Sarah, or with Golgi rather. Oh, and it looks like they took down the science machine. Oh well, that's alright. I'm not sure if... Yeah, okay, so it looks like the webbing affects everybody in the room, which is good. How long's the duration? It seems like it's pretty good. Did we get everybody? Yeah, we did. Okay, let's get in here. They destroyed our major module again. Oh, that's kind of not so good, but hey, what are you gonna do? It looks like they took out the modules we had in here as well. It's not the best situation, but we have one more door. Let's go ahead and open it. We may as well get everything that we can out of here. Yep, and that's the last door of the current floor of the dungeon. How come Sarah didn't repair this in here? I guess we didn't give her enough time to actually do that. I guess that's alright though. It's not like we're gonna need to go in that direction again, so I don't really mind that too much. Sarah's doing all the heavy lifting, and now she's gonna do the heavy lifting of the crystals, so let's get her into position. We're gonna see how we can light the way here to this, how we can light the way to our exit, hopefully without any extra trouble. I think that should be enough of a buffer, so we'll move everybody out. We'll get them over here, and then Sarah, you're gonna go ahead and pick this up. So, you know, we got some good uses out of that floor. We were able to research a bunch of new technology, which I think is gonna be really useful in the later floors. I don't think we were able to pick up Viral Injector 3, but that's okay. You know, there's always next time. But for now, we're gonna go down to the next floor and see if we can do just as well coming up on floor 6.
Hey, whiny person, why you care about Kaituel?
I had family there.
I guess they were unlucky.
Funny, maybe you'll be unlucky too, very soon. Alright, I've never beaten this game yet, so I've never seen what happens between Gork and Saranumis, but maybe we'll find out this time. Alright, so this is our first four-way crystal of this adventure. Which scares me a little. Let's head left. Alright. We're gonna stay kind of consistent with our pattern. And drop an industry generator first and leave Max behind so that he can start working the industry for us right away. We'll see how many doors we can open along this path and just try to keep things as connected as possible. We got the third eye. Unlocks Pilfer. It provides wit and attack power. I'm not sure what Pilfer does. Let's see what happens if we swap this out. Pilfer. Dust +1 by room with dust, so digging in corners, you pick the room clean. Interesting. Not really sure if that's the effect upon killing monsters, or when you find dust, you get an extra piece of dust. I think that's what that means. So it would actually make more sense to give that to Sarah. We'd have to get rid of the kitchen gloves. But I think that makes a little bit more sense just because of the fact that we don't really need Sarah to do a lot of damage. She's the scout. She needs to be fast and valuable. So I actually like it better on Sarah. We'll stick with that for a minute and see if it works out. We didn't get any dust in that room, so we may have to start being a little bit more cautious about our forward advance here. We did find a science machine, which is sweet. The opportunity to get a dust field generator 4 or a viral injector 4. We don't have enough science for this just yet, so let's pick up the dust that we can pick up. We'll drop a viral injector in here, and also we'll provide a prisoner prod and a dust field generator over here for our good friend Max. And then we'll just keep exploring. So I've decided I'm pretty much gonna keep making videos of this game until I am able to actually complete it. Once I can actually complete it, then I'm happy to switch to something else. But I feel like it's my responsibility to actually play through this game until I'm at least able to beat it once. You know, I've had this in my Steam library for almost a year now, and you know, when it first came out, I played it like for a whole week straight, and you know, got to the 3rd floor all the time, but the game was a lot simpler and more streamlined back then, and it wasn't really balanced very well, so you know, you never knew if you were really doing a good job or if the game was still in such an early concepting phase that that's just kind of how it went. Alright, another science machine. We can upgrade our prisoner prods, which is really cool. Everybody seems fine for now. Just trying to keep an eye on everything all at once. This lack of dust is really concerning. So we're actually going to move Golgi in here, and what I'm going to want to do is drop a science creator because we're really low on science. And we'll drop some supporting modules here. And then Sarah's going to do her thing where she scouts. So actually, Gork, you're gonna need to come too, because now we gotta open up one of these other directions. And this is where it gets hairy. This is about the point of the game where I start to get confused, where I'm like, what's the best choice? I mean, we have to have somebody hold off things from this direction. But what do we do? Like, do we take Max off of boosting our industry? Like, I don't want to do that. Alright, looks like we've all got plus defense. You know, now we have this room here that anybody could just walk away into this. We could get monster spawns at any time. You know, it's just, this is about the part where I start getting a little wary and a little nervous, because I'm not sure how well I can hold out under this kind of layout. Alright. Sarah, we need to back you up. I want to keep you safe and sound here with your with your enemy Gork, it seems like. But I will say the nice thing about this run so far has been that we've been able to do really well with both shops and science. I'm feeling pretty good about the amount of technology we've been able to research, in addition to the fact that we've just got better we have much better equipped heroes at this point. Alright, Golgi, how many waves are you gonna have to hold off? It looks like quite a bit. Let's see if you can manage to do this or not without everything in the room just straight up dying. Yeah, those really big samurai looking dudes with the shields, they are not very happy. But Golgi seems like she's holding her own pretty well. Let's go ahead and level her up one more time. It looks like now she also has the repair skill. This is just phenomenal. She is like built from the ground up to hold down these points by herself. Kind of incredible. Let's level her up one more time, because I feel like she's going to be doing a lot of work solo. So let's keep exploring with Sarah. But yeah, I feel that since the game has been released, like, I haven't even gotten close to victory with this. And I mean, I've heard that from a lot of players, you know, I get it. I get that that's a common thing. The game is hard, you know, and that's fine. Like, some games are designed to be hard. I've played Dark Souls, I know what's up. But the thing about it is that whenever a game is hard, that just means that I kind of like refuse to give into it. So I will continue to record myself failing at this game until we are able to crack the code. Maybe it'll be this playthrough. Who knows? Maybe this will be the time that I can actually get us to the final floor, which I think is floor 13, but I've also read somewhere that there's 25 floors, so I could be completely off base on the floor 13 part of it. Who knows? We will see when we get there, if we ever get there. Alright. How you looking over here? Golgi, you doing good? You holding things down? I feel like we need to drop another food generator just because I've spent quite a bit on Golgi here. Oh, that's interesting. She can completely de-aggro? That's interesting. Not noticed by anyone, by any monster's self. Interesting. So she can basically de-aggro an entire room all by her lonesome, which is kind of incredible. Alright, let's drop down a food replicator. I don't know why we haven't had one of these up earlier. These are the types of mistakes that will eventually cause me to completely fail at this game. Let's go repair up this module real quick. Alright, thank you, Sarah. We'll go take care of this one up here too. Alright, because now things have got to get risky. We haven't cleared the exit yet, and we still have all these extra directions in which to explore. So, all right. See, this is where it's hard because I'm not really sure what the best strategic decision is at this point. Like, I could deactivate these 3 rooms, power up these 3, right? That seems logical, and then, you know, just have Max here rocking the industry science and the rest of it, and then turn this into the choke point. Maybe that's the better way to do this at this point. It means I'd have to power down this room. Although Max could probably hold off one room all by himself if we moved him to the science area. Maybe we should do that. I don't know. Let's pick up this better science creator. Oh, Max, we'll move you over here. And then Golgi will move you up here with this section. We'll give you your own dust field generator and some industry-worthy prisoner prods. And then Gork and Sarah will move along in this direction. I think that's a little bit more doable. I don't know. One of the things I've been thinking about doing is hopping on the subreddit for this game and asking people, hey, I'm bad at this, would you please critique my my gameplay recording? You know, please come take a look at this and let me know how bad I'm doing. So we're taking a lot of damage here. I'm afraid that they're just completely destroying all of our other modules in the rooms that we've been kind of forced to power down. Oh, but I'm really liking this extra dust generation. I think that's coming out of... No, it's food from Gork. Are we getting dust from any other item? Nope, and it just sounds like they're just wailing on our modules in here. Let's send Gork up here to see if he can't take care of business. Yeah, look at this. He's just up here like breaking everything. I guess this viral injector just isn't enough to deal. Alright, well, it's kind of disappointing, but it's okay. Let's move Gork back over here. Hopefully we can find this exit, because I'm starting to worry a little bit about just how complex this floor is getting. I don't like having these multiple routes that I gotta worry about. You know, typically in tower defense you have to monitor 1 or 2 routes to the objective that you're trying to defend, so the fact that there's all these extra ones that we're trying to, you know, trying to monitor. Alright, Mormish. Careful, I'm the warden, the big boss. Numero uno, pal. Level 5. So, this again is where I'm tempted to pick up a new character and see if we can't bring him along. Especially considering he's level 5, so we get some extra value out of him if we swap out Gork. Who, you know, although I do like his burly attitude, and he is in the Clash of Heroes, I'm really tempted to take Mormish. But, you know, I think for now, we're just gonna stick with who we've got. Again, I don't know really if that's a good or a bad decision. You know, I kind of just feel like I gotta make decisions based on my own criteria, not whether they're good or bad ones. Right now, my criteria is I would really like to see where this Clash of Heroes storyline goes with Gork and Sarah. So if that means passing by potentially a really good, if that means, you know, potentially passing up a really good person for the party is success, well, that's just what happens sometimes. You gotta make decisions, then you gotta live with them. Alright, let's see. Looks like this is the last room in this direction. We found a merchant, which is awesome. Looks like we've got a radio, 2 more third eyes. And I don't think any of these are necessary. Leftover endless technology, HP max down, attack power up. I don't really know if I'm appreciating that. So it looks like our last direction is gonna be I'm trying to decide which rooms are best to power up here. Probably this one and this one for now. Alright, so the exit has to be this way. It has to be this way. That's just how it is. Looks like we've got monsters coming from all directions. We should be okay. Gork, I don't like all these red crystals coming over here. Oh, and that actually looks like it's doing a bunch of damage. Oh, I don't like it. Gork, why are you just standing there not shooting anything? Oh, we are losing, I don't think too much dust, but still not as much as I would like. Gork, let's get you over here into the choke point room with Golgi. Okay, alright. Not terrible. Not amazing. Looks like we still ended up with enough dust left over to power a whole room, which is good. I think it's about time I leveled you up. Warcry, defense plus 70. And he aggroes all monsters in the room. That's kind of amazing. That will actually make it easier for you to move along with Sarah, the person who is on the opposite end of the speed spectrum from you and that you love to hate. As far as I can tell, Sarah is the only non-criminal character in this game. Basically what I mean by that is, like, you know, you were on a prison transport ship before all this happened, so the fact that Sarah was not a prisoner, she was one of the escorts for the prisoner. So basically what that means is that Sarah is stuck, no matter what combination of peoples you have, she's stuck being the good guy in a sea of criminals, which I think is kind of funny. I'm not sure if that's really meant to, like, make us sympathize with her or what, but you know, for me, I always like the story in roguelikes because it always takes a big background of gameplay, so I feel like the storytelling elements in it are done a lot more with a much more subtle touch. Oh, come on, exit. You're gonna be like the last room I find, aren't you? Oh, what is this? Please be useful. Another third eye. Alright, and when did we pick up a restrainer? Alright, so we can actually swap out the good third eye for the bad third eye, that's fine. We could actually give Gork the kitchen gloves. And the restrainer, it looks like it gives a bunch of defense, but it increases your attack cooldown. So DPS -10 on max, -11. Looks like only -5 DPS on Corrosive. -11 on Golgi. Yeah, I don't like the whole negative idea. So we're just gonna keep on keeping on. I wish I had been researching more things this whole time, but apparently it just seems like I'm completely distracted with how terrible this floor layout is for me to make any smart decisions. Oh well. Alright, so we found our exit. I think I'm happy to say that I'm ready to just leave this whole floor behind. So let's power down our rooms that we no longer need to worry about. We'll power up our exit, create a little buffer. Get everybody over here together for a mad dash. And then we'll be down to floor 7, which I believe will be like the farthest we've ever gotten, pretty much. Everybody coming? Alright, looks like we have the whole crew making their way down here. Oh, Sarah, quick! Oh, and Gork, you're slower than Sarah, aren't you? You are slower than Sarah. Golgi, please don't die on me, I need you. Alright. And we're out. Whew, not too shabby. Alright, we get our dialogue, the whole reason we're keeping Gork on the team, so...
Hey, you should be running away screaming if you saw Gork on Kaituel.
I do a lot of things, but running away and screaming aren't on the list. Alright, you two, I'm sure you'll eventually work out all of your issues. Okay, but for now, thank you guys for watching this episode of Dungeon of the Endless. If you liked it, please remember to hit the like button as it helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you next time as we tackle Floor 7 and hopefully the rest of Dungeon of the Endless.